Namaste, Dhanava Pranam. By the instruction and grace of our spiritual master, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj, we are here reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Canto 3, the Status Quo, Chapter 7, Text 12. Sabhai Nivritti Dharmena Vasudevanu Kampaya Bhagavad Bhakti Yogena Tirhodate Sanar Iha. But that misconception of self-identity can be diminished gradually by the mercy of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, through the process of devotional service to the Lord in the mode of detachment. Purport. The quivering quality of material existence, which comes from identification with matter or from thinking oneself under the material influence of philosophical speculation to be God, can be eradicated by devotional service to the Lord, by the mercy of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. As discussed in the first canto, because the application of devotional service to the Lord Vasudeva invites pure knowledge, it quickly detaches one from the material conception of life, and thus revives one's normal condition of spiritual existence, even in this life, and frees one from the material winds which cause one to quiver. Only knowledge and devotional service can elevate one towards the path of liberation. The development of knowledge for the purpose of knowing everything without rendering devotional service is considered fruitless labor, and one cannot get the desired result by such labor of love. Lord Vasudeva is pleased by the devotional service only, and thus his mercy is realized by association with pure devotees of the Lord. Pure devotees of the Lord are transcendental to all material desires, including the desire for the results of fruitive activities and philosophical speculation. If one wants to acquire the mercy of the Lord, he has to associate with pure devotees. Such association alone can, by degrees, release one from the quivering elements. Text 13.
Yadendriyo paramata dostavan pariharam.
Yadendriyo paramota rastratmani pareharo vilayante tadaklesha samshuptasevya krishnasha. When the senses are satisfied in the seer, supersoul, the personality of Godhead, and merge in him, all miseries are completely vanquished, as after a sound sleep. Purport. The quivering of the living entity as described above is due to the senses. Since the entire material existence is meant for sense gratification, the senses are the medium of material activities, and they cause the quivering of the steady soul. Therefore, these senses are to be detached from all material activities. According to the impersonalists, the senses are stopped from work by merging the soul in the supersoul Brahman. The devotees, however, do not stop the material senses from acting, but they engage their transcendental senses in the service of the transcendence, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In either case, the activities of the senses in the material field are to be stopped by cultivation of knowledge, and if possible, they can be engaged in the service of the Lord. The senses are transcendental in nature, but their activities become polluted when contaminated by matter. We have to treat the senses to cure them of the material disease, not stop them from acting, as suggested by the impersonalists. In Bhagavad Gita 2.59, it is said that one ceases all material activities only when satisfied by contact with a better engagement. Consciousness is active by nature and cannot be stopped from working. Artificially stopping a mischievous child is not the real remedy. The child must be given some better engagement so that he will automatically stop causing mischief. In the same way, The mischievous activities of the senses can be stopped only by better engagement in relation with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. When the eyes are engaged in seeing the beautiful form of the Lord, the tongue engaged in tasting prasad, the remnants or foodstuff offered to the Lord, the ears are engaged in hearing his glories, the hands engaged in cleaning the temple of the Lord, the legs engaged in visiting his temples, or when all the senses are engaged in transcendental variegatedness, then only can the transcendental senses become satiated and eternally free from material engagement. The Lord, as the Supersoul residing in everyone's heart, and as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world far beyond the material creation, is the seer of all our activities. Our activities must be so transcendentally saturated that the Lord will be kind enough to look upon us favorably and engage us in his transcendental service. Then only can the senses be satisfied completely and be no longer troubled by material attraction. Text 14. Asesha sanklesha samam vidhate gunanu vada shravanam murare imva punastach charanaravinda araga seva ratir atmalabda. Simply by chanting and hearing the transcendental name, form, etc. of the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one can achieve the cessation of unlimited miserable conditions. Therefore, what to speak of those who have attained attraction for serving the flavor of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet? Purport. The two different methods for controlling the material senses are recommended in the Vedic scriptural wisdom. One of them is the process of Gyan, or the path of philosophical understanding of the Supreme, Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. The other is that of direct engagement in the transcendental loving devotional service of the Lord. Of these two most popular methods, the path of devotional service is recommended here as the best, because one on the path of devotional service does not have to wait for the attainment of fruitive results of pious activities, or for the results of knowledge. The two stages of executing devotional service are, first, the stage of practicing devotional service with our present senses under the regulations of the recognized scriptures, and second, attaining sincere attachment for serving the particles of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. The first stage is called sadhana bhakti, or devotional service for the neophyte, which is rendered under the direction of a pure devotee. And the second stage is called raga bhakti, in which the mature devotee automatically takes to the various services of the Lord out of sincere attachment. The great sage Maitreya now gives the final answer to all questions of Vidura. Devotional service to the Lord is the ultimate means to mitigate all the miserable conditions of material existence. The path of knowledge or that of mystic gymnastics may be adopted as a means for the purpose, but unless mixed with bhakti or devotional service, they are unable to award the desired result. By practicing sadhana bhakti, one may gradually rise to the point of raga bhakti. And by performing raga bhakti and loving transcendental service, one can even control the supreme powerful Lord. Text 15. Vidura uvacha sanchina samshayo mayam avashukta sinha vibo ubhaya trapi bhagavan manome sampradhavati. Vidura said, O powerful sage, my Lord, all my doubts about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the living entities have now been removed by your convincing words. My mind is now perfectly entering into them. Purport. The science of Krishna, or the science of God and the living entities, is so subtle that even a personality like Vidura has to consult persons like the sage Maitreya. Doubts about the eternal relationship of the Lord and the living entity are created by mental speculators in different ways, but the conclusive fact is that the relationship of God and the living entity is one of the predominator and the predominated. The Lord is the eternal predominator, and the living entities are eternally predominated. Real knowledge of this relationship entails reviving the lost consciousness to this standard. And the process for such revival is devotional service to the Lord. By clearly understanding from authorities like the sage Maitreya, one can become situated in real knowledge, and the disturbed mind can thus be fixed on the progressive path. Text 16. Sadve tad vyahritam vidvan natma mayayanam hare abhatya partam nirmulam vishvamulam nayad bahi. O learned sage, your explanations are very good, as they should be. Disturbances to the conditioned soul have no other basis than the movement of the external energy of the Lord. Purport. A living entity's unlawful desire to become one with the Lord in every respect is the root cause of the entire material manifestation. For otherwise, the Lord has no need to create such a manifestation, even for his pastimes. The conditioned soul, under the spell of the external energy of the Lord, falsely suffers many unfortunate incidents in material life. The Lord is the predominator of the external energy, Maya, whereas the living entity is the predominated by the same Maya under the material condition. The false attempt of the living entity to occupy the predominating post of the Lord is the cause of his material bondage, and the conditioned soul's attempt to become one with the Lord is the last snare of Maya. Text 17. Yascho madhu yascha mudhat tamoloke yascha budhe param gata tabhu boshu kam edhete Klishyatyantari jana. Both the lowest of fools and he who is transcendental to all intelligence enjoy happiness, whereas persons between them suffer material pains. Purport. The lowest of fools do not understand material miseries. They pass their lives merrily and do not inquire into the miseries of life. Such persons are almost on the level of the animals, who, although in the eyes of superiors are always miserable in life, are unaware of material distresses. A hog's life is degraded in its standard of happiness, which entails living in a filthy place, engaging in sex enjoyment at every opportune moment, and laboring hard in its struggle for existence. But this is unknown to the hog. Similarly, human beings who are unaware of the miseries of material existence and happy in sex life and hard labor are the lowest of fools. Yet because they have no sense of miseries, they supposedly enjoy so-called happiness. The other class of men, those who are liberated and are situated in their transcendental position above intelligence, are really happy and are called Paramahamsas. But persons who are neither like hogs and dogs, nor on the level of Paramahamsas, feel the material pangs, and for them, inquiry about the supreme truth is necessary. The Vedanta Sutra states, Tato Brahma Jigyasa. Now one should inquire about Brahman. This inquiry is necessary for those who are between the Paramahamsas and the fools, who have forgotten the question of self-realization in the midst of life and sense gratification. Text 18. Artha bhavan vinichitya pratitasyapi natmana tam chapi yusmach charana sevayaham paranude. But, my dear sir, I am obliged to you because now I can understand that this material manifestation is without substance, although it appears real. I am confident that by serving your feet, it will be possible for me to give up the false idea. Purport. The sufferings of the conditioned soul are superficial and have no intrinsic value, like the cutting off of one's head in a dream. Yet although this statement is theoretically very true, it is very difficult for the common man or the neophyte on the transcendental path to realize it practically. However, by serving the feet of a great transcendentalist like Maitreya Muni, and by constantly associating with them, one is enabled to give up the false idea that the soul suffers from material pains. Thus ends our reading for today. We'll continue from text 19 on Friday. Before we stop the reading, are there any questions or comments from the devotees? Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada Srila Guru Maharaj Srila Guru Dev Srila Acharya Dev Srila Shanta Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Our glories to
Jai.
our glories to the worldwide devotees. Sama Bhakti Leda Vrinda Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Nishangapali Dham Ki Jai. Mayapur Dham
Jai.
Ki Jai.
Jai.
Bhagavad Dham Ki Jai. Baladev
Jai.
Sivara Jagannath Jewel Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai.
Jai.
Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Giri Govardhan Gupta Govardhan Dham Ki Jai. Sham Kund Radha Kund Ki Jai. Tulsi
Jai.
Devi Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Ki Jai. Jai
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Jai
Jai.
Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Scientific
Jai.
Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai. Princeton
Jai.
Bhaktivedanta Institute Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya
Jai.
Saraswati Institute Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya
Jai.
Saraswati Mat Ki Jai.
Jai.
Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari 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 Bol. Jai Pradyumna Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai
Jai.
Umadevi Dasi Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari 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 Bol.
श्रीपाद कृष्ण केशव प्रभु जी की जय।
Jai.
दंडवत प्रणाम।
So this concludes our reading. Pradyumna Prabhu, did you want to do anything now or another time?
Just another time, last one pages is left, 2 pages. So I just want to do it very diligently. I just
Sure,
don't want to rush into it.
Sure.
So once I'm done, I've already, lined up some questionnaires that we can discuss.
Jai.
And then maybe tomorrow would be the right time, I think. But I'll ping you on WhatsApp to confirm your convenient time.
Sounds good, Prabhu. I look forward to it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Dandava Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
दंडवत प्रणाम।